In the 1700s, a man by the name of Captain Kinlock would be the first ever British person to enter a country that was shrouded in mystery. His aim? To relieve a kingdom far away in the valleys that was in absolute peril. Well, 300 years later, this blistering idiot is back.
Cobbled roads are not for me, they're for horses.
To try and follow in the footsteps of that man. To understand the question, why could the British never conquer this? Let's go.
I feel a little bit embarrassed now. Auntie G saw me slash the Gurkha knife.
Okay, so right now we're on the Malla suspension bridge. It heads over to a village over there, but it actually goes over the Malla River, which is where Captain Kinlock would have landed after an 18-day march from India with his 2,400 men. Now, the next place I'm going to show you is a place where everything would have turned sour for him. But to get there, it's not going to be easy. So I'm enlisting the help of Harry's Honda, the XR 190.
Hello, sir. How are you? Good morning. Thoda. Sushil, मेरा नाम Harry है. आप कहाँ से?
Now, before we set off on the road, I am in need of some Nepali turbo fuel. Because I'm not going to lie, I am dead. I've got a little bit of food poisoning and I am dying today. So sit with me while I have this tea with my new friends. I need to explain something to you. About 300 years ago, this country didn't exist. Nepal didn't exist. It was split into 49 separate kingdoms. And while a much larger power down south, the British were conquering India, there was a man in the background unifying Nepal under the name Prithvinarayan Shah. And 300 years ago, he was pressing at the borders of a kingdom deep in the valleys that our Captain Kinlock was sent to relieve.
This must be very weird for you. Very strange, me talking to the camera. Not to you. Thank you, sir. Ramno, Costa Ramno. See you. Kati. Oh no. Okay. Free. No problem. Hey.
Hi.
How are you? What's up? What's this?
This is gift.
Can't believe you bought me a gift. Thank you.
Wow, well, the sounds of this place and the busyness of it is truly phenomenal. You can hear it with me, water being thrown on the side of the road, beeping everywhere. Now, just imagine around me, the streets of Janakpur didn't used to be here. There used to be an old kingdom, but it was lost to the past, covered in forest and jungle, and there was a small pagoda here, a special goddess that our man Kinloch went to visit.
Ticket where?
Toilet. So I've come here for one reason and one reason only. Behind me is Janaki Mata Temple. Now this has an incredibly interesting story that links in with Captain Kinloch's fate later on. Legend has it that here in this region there was an old kingdom called Mithila, and Janakpur was the capital of Mithila. Now, the king of Mithila prayed to the gods because there was no rain, it was dry and hot like this. And when he prayed, the rain came and he found a child in the ground, the goddess of Sita, which is what this temple is too. Now, why does that link in with Captain Kinloch's story? Well, when he came here 300 years ago, this would have not been here. It would have been a small pagoda. And in that small pagoda, he would have learned the same story that I learned, and I'm standing here today. But there's one thing he forgot to do, and one thing we should do, just in case. Okay. All right. I'm getting accosted.
Everything about
the Mata Janaki.
The Janaki Mandir. Temple is very impossible knowledge. He made 100 rupees.
100 rupees each.
100.
This is for good blessings. You protect me and you protect me. All right, it says don't take picture. I don't want to jinx it. Now, why did we have to do that properly without filming and making sure that we prayed? Now, there's an age-old saying that says the land protects itself from foreign invaders. Well, we're not coming as a foreign invader this time because we've paid our respects. And I hope to dear Goddess Sita that that is the case. Because what we're about to do is pretty stupid considering my condition. This is a pera.
Pera.
Yes.
Hang on. Right, let's get the hell out of here. This is too much. It's so hot. I'm sick. There's beeping everywhere. Oh, so much dust. Whew. Right, we go about an hour and a half to Sindhuli.
Don't be dengue. Please don't be dengue.
Oh, dude, this is what I do. This is so beautiful, so peaceful, so calm. Okay, good night. It has been rather emotional. I forgot I'm not even speaking to the mic. Captain Kinlock would have camped on a riverbed, just like this one, and something tragic would happen late at night.
Now, nobody really knows where Captain Kinloch was that night. There are seasonal rivers and streams all across Nepal, much like the one I'm in right now. It's completely dry. If this was monsoon, it would be raging. But he chose to set up camp somewhere next to a river, much like this one. But when the night came, lightning, thunder, and rain, in his own words, would cause the most melancholy scene. And as the lightning lit up his camp, he watched as his tents got washed downstream, his gunpowder ruined, and 3 days' worth of grain lost. 4 men would die that night. It turns out in the next few days, a lot more men would die.
Good morning, sir.
Alright, so today's plan is quite a tight one. I need to make it somewhere before sunset. It's going to be a difficult day today. There's a jungle route that I've mapped out, so we need to get prepared. And to do that, we're going to have chana this morning, and we're going to have some chia. Good, man.
Ah, this is neem.
Yes.
What do you use it for? I heard it's medicine, right?
Yeah, medicine for skin,
Skin.
like fever.
Now you might have been wondering, Harry, from these rivers, what the hell do you do for water? That's exactly why I was asking that guy about this special plant, neem. It's an Ayurvedic medicine that you can boil and use for many different ailments and things like that. But also, it was advised to Captain Kinloch to boil water with this leaf, and it should be safe for drinking. It tastes horrible.
Whoa, not very nice.
I cannot imagine hiking through the jungle for that long, sweaty, horrible, tired, upset, and your only form of water is this. Thank you, sir. Take that for a tip, for showing me the neem.
No need.
Are you sure?
For you.
Namaste, sir. Acha. Fishing, eating.
Now, Kinloch and his 2,400 men, all while watching their animals die and all their equipment deplete, would have waded through streams and rivers much, much higher than this one. 32 times to get up to where we're going, Sindhuli. That road that is up there would not have existed. Having to cross mountains, or hills as the Nepalese call them, that are almost perpendicular.
This is the British, right?
Yeah.
This people like me. Years ago, enemies. Now friends.
Okay.
Wow, we've made it to the place where after days and days of pushing, the British would have met the Gurkhas for the first time. And as Captain Kinloch described them, having 2.5 feet long blades and a hornbill-shaped knife that they used to cut the ears and lips and noses off people. A work he said that they seemed most dexterous in. Just imagine, you've been marching for days and you meet someone who's most dexterous in cutting off noses, lips and ears. The absolute terror you must have felt watching these guys run at you with nothing but knives, bows and arrows. Bloody hell. No thank you, I'm glad we're friends now. I'm very glad we are friends. English Walla. I think English Walla is me. I am the English Walla. Thank you so much.
Costa Midosa. Midosa.
Rain, it will rain today, no?
Oh, look at her. Isn't she lovely? All right, let's go.
Hello, sir. Where do I get the ticket? 300.
That man behind me is a man called Prithvi Narayan Shah. He was the king of Gurkha, and in the 1700s he would give himself the task of unifying the great nation of Nepal as we know it today under the Gurkha banner. Many people say this was done with the foresight that the British would end up coming into Nepal to try and conquer it for themselves. They had good reason: the trans-Himalayan trade and the routes through to Tibet, and also the want to try and get into Tibet. And well, if it wasn't for that man behind me, Nepal may have been conquered.
It's said that 1,600 British men would die near here, retreating back to India. But what if that wasn't the full story? And what if
There's some new information that's been recently uncovered from the man's journals himself.
by a famous Nepali historian that after staggering losses, the British tried again through a much more arduous route? That's what I was about to do. But
I've largely underestimated how difficult this trip was going to be, much like my ancestors did.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it tomorrow down those roads.
Good morning, we're about to head off on a crazy adventure. Now in the past, adventurers would have worn something special for their trip. But what do adventurers with Honda XR dirt bikes wear today? I have no idea today whether the road continues. It's a 3-hour drive there, it's 80 kilometres, so I think it's going to be hard. And it rained last night, so lovely. At least it's not polluted anymore. Hooray! Only one. Only one. Roads. Cobbled roads are not for me, they're for horses. This is just pure fucking rock, dude. Not the best idea to come down here on a motorbike, but oh well. Whew. Whew. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Kate. Fancy. Right, well I found Pet. That's the most of my concern. Where is Pet? No friend. Namaste. How are you? Hello. Namaste. Man, this place is wonderful. Honestly, I can't describe to you how amazing this is. Well, after a devastating defeat in Sindhuli, losing over 1,600 men, the story was supposed to have ended there. But with recent discoveries, Captain Kinlock and his 800 men left marched on to try and relieve the Kathmandu Valley. Nobody knows where they ended up, but what we do know from the man's journal himself is they ended the journey somewhere next to a river. An overflowing river that they could not cross. And after trying for days to build bridges across this river and failing, starving for 13 days in the jungle, at 2 in the morning, his troops mutinied and turned against him. And he was left here, alone, hungry, sick, and afraid.
But although that was the end of one British man's journey, this British man had come back to complete it. And it was just about to get dangerous.
it looks like it's about to rain very heavily. I do not have a tarp, and I do not know if there's a guest house nearby.
You want? There you go, my friend. It's quite dirty though.
Hello, sir. Kata barda bhai?
Hello, my friend. How are you? Try to go Kathmandu.
Kathmandu.
Well, I think rain. If rains, no, not possible.
Okay. Impossible.
It looks pretty bad and there's thunder. And I'm in the middle of nowhere.
One for you, one for you. There you go.
I guess off we go into the unknown. It might rain, but hey, all good fun.
Across the river we go. Dai, Kathmandu. Kathmandu, Dai. Okay. Worst comes to worst, I think we could like camp it out in a shop somewhere, but oh my god, these roads are terrible. I should not be doing it in this dark. That looks like a guest house. Namaste, sir. You have a place sleeping? Aha. Ah. Tomorrow pay.
Yeah, 130, 50.
And room?
No need.
It's so peaceful tonight, so calm. I don't think I could have asked for anything better. I want to cry, man. Just thinking about how nice people are. I wish the camera could show you what I can see in another life. Good morning. We're about to make the final journey to Kathmandu. I slept in this garage, somewhat of a garage. I think that's a bee's nest, I'm not really sure. Well, I figured out that's not a hornet's nest or a bee's nest, so that's good. I've also just realised I've misplaced my coat. So it's going to be a cold morning.
Thank you. Please take. For you. No. You take. Please. For you. For you, honestly. For the room, for the kana, for sleep, for health. Thank you. Costa Vitosa. Yeah, Costa Vitosa. My friend, I do not want it. For you. You take. I see yesterday you really liked it. Please have. You. No, you. I don't want it. You have it. Please. Please. With this one. Nice to meet you. See you later.
I'm glad they're happy with the cookery. They seemed very happy. They were asking me how much it was. I said 4,500. They were like, no, it's too much. It's not too much. It's not too much at all. Not for what they did for me last night. I very much appreciate it. It wasn't about the quality. It was about the fact that they just homed someone they didn't know.
Alrighty. Let's hit the road.
Now we're off to Kathmandu, but it appears that we have some treacherous paths ahead of us.
Namaste, sir.
I've just been told that right now I'm in the Mahabharat region, but I'm also in a place which is largely inhabited by Tamang people. Apparently they speak a different language to Nepali.
So we're here with my Tamang friends. Namaste in Tamang. Lasso. Okay. Honda dere ramrosa in Tamang.
Honda lanan jaba mula.
Wow. Honda lanan jaba mula.
What a lovely place to have a tea and learn some Tamang. Most important phrases. Where I'm from, Honda is the best. And hello.
Lasso!
God, I love this bike.
And after days of treacherous travelling on a motorbike, we're back to highway. It just makes you think how hard it must have been for those guys to trudge all the way through India, through roads that weren't even built yet, through Nepal to mountains, only then to be met by the might of the Gurkhas, where the next place would have been met with that exact same might. But what was that kingdom like before? Well, I'm going to take you on a little journey into the valleys of Kathmandu to show you exactly what that kingdom was like before. Hello, how are you? So we are now in the ancient Newar kingdom of Bhaktapur. Hello, how are you? A kingdom that has still preserved all of its old cultural heritage of the Newar peoples. A culture completely different to the one we know today, with an entirely different language. Nepal Bhasa, Newar Bhasa. Now there's something here that's very interesting. I want to show you it now. Just to the left and the right we have the ancient flag of the Kingdom of Newar. Just 300 years ago, the entire city you see here, Kathmandu, would have looked much like this. Beautiful architecture, exquisite carvings, and true beauty. Now a king here would be in peril from the advancing Gurkhas, Prithvi Narayan Shah and his armed men. A king that actually studied here in Bhaktapur when he was little, who knew the layout well. And well after the British lost the war in Sindhuli, they would advance on the three kingdoms around the Kathmandu Valley. And this would be the very start of the unification of the great country we know today as Nepal. If this had never happened, if Prithvi Narayan Shah had never taken these kingdoms, if the British had succeeded, we may not see the modern day flag of Nepal that we see today. And we may still see this flag, or maybe even a British East India Nepal. Who knows? But all I know is now I think that me and you can both understand just why the British could never conquer this.
English wala.
What a beautiful sunrise.
So sit with me while I have this tea with my new friend.
I don't want it. You have it, please.
I figured out that's not Warden's nest.
Toilet.